I grew up in Yuma. I went to school through high school here, and then I went away to college, became a pediatrician, came back, raised my 4 kids here. I'm a mom and a pediatrician at Yuma Pediatrics. Before I was asked to help with United Way, I did not have a good perception of United Way. From the last 10-15 years, there had been some press that was very negative and said the manager, higher up people in United Way were skimming money off and using the funds instead of putting it back into use for the poor. No, I had no idea that the money raised in Yuma stayed in Yuma, that there was not really a big connection at all between the national organization and the local organization. I was asked by Tyrone Jones to take part in the allocation committee at United Way, and he explained what it was, and so I told him to send me some information, and it looked interesting, and so I told him yes, I would try it out. What I was asked to do for United Way is sit with the group of people who looked at the programs who wanted to receive United Way funds, and then we decided which programs would be most useful to the community, the most needy, and from their presentations you could see what they did for the community, how much other funding they had, and it just helped you feel like you were helping the community. The allocation panel consisted of probably a dozen community members who really, some of them had been on an allocation panel in the past, but many of them it was their first experience, and they were from APS, from banks, from Gowan Company, from many different organizations. From Hopsteaders had somebody, so they all over different types of businesses offered their people to help with United Way. It was challenging to allocate the money because you could see so much need and you only had so much money to give, and so then you had to decide which from your heart was the neediest and where the community needed the help the most. Oh, it definitely changed, because now I understand that the function of United Way is to validate the nonprofits, and granted there's a middleman when people give to United Way, but you know that the funds that the nonprofits receive will be used correctly, and when you give them money, you know that they are backed by United Way and are evaluated, and that their funds are used as they say they will use them. Oh yes, there's a lot of ways to be involved with United Way. They can use just personal volunteers at their different nonprofits. They can use funds, obviously, to help the different nonprofits do what they are there to do. So yes, there's a lot of ways to help United Way. If you want to give, you can advocate, volunteer, or be united for your community.